Welcome, Bills Mafia. I'd like to start out by saying I really appreciate YouTube for letting me build this platform that I'm trying to build anyways. And I love the comments you Bills fans are giving me. Sometimes I agree with them, sometimes I don't. But that's why I like doing this, because when I see your comments, they mean everything to me, because I love talking about sports. Now, that being said, like I said, one guy writes a comment, because haven't you heard an offensive coordinator? I'm like, yeah, but the point is that Dorsey can, he can tell Dorsey to try to run the ball more. Because everybody says, well, he's your best guy. But sometimes, not only that, you get the guy hurt because they expect him to run with the ball. And then it leads up to more sacks. And then, of course, turnovers could happen more often. And like I said, Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl because they never ran the ball. Dan Fouts, all they want to do is pass. John Elway didn't win it until they got Terrell Davis. That's why I'm saying it. It opens up more passing lanes. Now, that's why I think they really need to run the ball, because you pay a quarterback what you pay him for big-time situations, but not to have him the whole time, because that gets ridiculous. Then you wear the guy out. So that's why you're paying the big bucks is like 4th and 5, because you know he can pick it up, or 3rd and 5 in key moments. That's pretty much why you need a franchise quarterback. But when you overuse a franchise quarterback, to me, I feel like it works against you. And I guess I'm just a little bit concerned because I guess at 13 seconds, I still never got over that. I also never got over the Arizona Cardinals, that failed Hail Mary, where the guys looked like they were out of position. And even though it didn't really affect the season at all, it was just, should never have happened that way. Do they happen? Yeah, on fluke plays, but not when the guys were out. They were out of position. I know that. Also, it happened against the Chargers, too, on 2 different times. One got called back because of a penalty. The other one, the guy caught at the 3-yard line. And people, I remember people's comments says, how many times they have to, with this Hail Mary? And I remember against the Colts, when they were going for a Hail Mary, everybody was holding their breath, because it looks like they were out of position. And it looks like in some games, like when the opponents is not, in their eyes, not as good as them as they feel, they have a tendency to play down. Now, some people say, Bill, a lot of teams do. Yeah, but it's up to the coach to not let that happen. I mean, Jacksonville, how do you lose to Jacksonville like that? I mean, it seems like they didn't even try or weren't preparing. The Falcons, they won by 14 points, but they played horrible. I'm just saying that some teams, it seems like they played down to the competition. And also in the last few years, it hasn't been so bad this year. They've also had a lot of penalties. I remember that. I'm like, are they ever going to talk about these penalties? Because they seem to get an awful lot of them. I remember last year, it was opening day against Pittsburgh. Now, for granted, I don't take the first 4 games all that serious, because it's like one guy hit the nail on the head. It's a glorified preseason games, because a lot of the starters don't play. But that being said, I don't say I had problems in punching the ball in the red zone. And it seems like penalties were holding them back. So, to me, it comes down to coaching. And I feel like the coach should tell the coordinator, we're going to have to try to run the ball more. Because when you get down there, if you're not really running the ball all that much, you're not going to have that much success, because you don't really practice it a whole lot. That's just my point. I mean, you're entitled to your opinions. You're entitled to disagree. I'm just saying, you know what it is? I get, that's why I could never be a coach, because I probably, or own a team, because I probably want to fire everybody for not doing what the heck. So sometimes I do get a little bit crazy that way. So, but that being said, I do appreciate your comments, and please hit the subscribe button, please hit the notification button, and please share this video. And we have a tough game next week against the freaking Ravens. I know we're all banged up big time. We are hurt big time. So, it's going to be a tough one. Can we win? Yeah, we can win. Well, as long as we have Josh Allen, we can win. But on the other side, they have Lamar Jackson with a Bills banged-up defense. It's going to be tough. We're just going to have to do, it's going to have to, we're going to have to score more points. That's all I can say is they'll probably have to look at scoring at least 35 points. That being said, I just want to hear your comments. And I really appreciate your comments, because I will always bring up your comments on my channel. Thanks everybody. Thanks YouTube, and thanks all you people for leaving those comments, and keep them coming in. And go Bills!